preparing for the intensity of competition, searching for the means, for the courage, setting sights on goals, on aspirations, focus, trust, togetherness, the passion of dance. Tonight, that passion returns to the ice. Russian dance sensations Grishuk and Platov are in position to win their country's first gold medal at these World Championships. So too could another Russian team. Krylova and Ovsyannikov are in second place. Canada's Bourne and Kraatz are closing in, third after the original dance, and their best is yet to come. But beware the French. Mongnat and Lafave, Anissina and Peizerat. The last dance is about to begin. Canada's Figure Skating Network welcomes you to magnificent Lausanne, Switzerland for the 1997 World Figure Skating Championships. Good evening, everybody. I'm Rod Black. Welcome back to the Worlds. Tonight, more medals awarded. It's the free dance. There is some serious excitement in this building tonight. Many of these people are probably still yodeling about last night when Elvis Stojko captured his third World Championship. A brilliant come-from-behind performance, the quadruple, triple combination. And you may ask yourself, what does the World Champion do after the day he captured his third crown? Well, he's here in the rink tonight. As a matter of fact, he's cheering on his teammates, Bourne and Victor Kraatz and Chantal Lafave and Michel Brunei. Let's bring in Tracy Wilson. Tracy, can you believe this place?
Boy, the Europeans love their ice dance. It's just rocking in here. All the cowbells, a lot of French supporters.
Now, a Canadian flag could get raised to the rafters again tonight. The question for many Canadians, will Bourne and Victor Kraatz make it to the podium as they did last year? And is there a chance of changing that medal color this year?
Well, right now, they're sitting in third place. In first and second, the two Russian teams. Grishuk and Platov are in first. They're three-time world champions. They're the current Olympic champions. They are the favorites. It'll be a huge upset if they don't stay on top. In second place, Krylova and Ovsyannikov. They were in second at the World last year, but they were second behind Shailin and Victor just a few weeks ago at the Grand Prix final. In that competition, they were leading also going into the free dance like they are here today, but Shailin and Victor were able to overtake them in the free dance.
And to add to the drama, Bourne and Victor Kraatz will skate last tonight. So now let's join Rob Faulds.
Rod, it seemed
another possibility for a Canadian medal. The standings after the compulsories and original dance, Grishuk and Platov, Krylova, Ovsyannikov, Bourne and Victor Kraatz in good position. Then the French teams, Mongnat, Lafave, Anissina and Peizerat, Lafave and Brunei of Canada in 20th position. Here's who you'll see tonight on our in 20th position after the compulsories and the original dance, Chantal Lafave and Michel Brunei, the traveling mates to the worlds of Bourne and Victor Kraatz.
Well, it's a difficult position for them to be in. They were 15th last year. Hard to get up for a free dance when you know you dropped a number of places. But they really like this program because they can connect with the crowd. They said when people laugh and clap, their adrenaline rises.
It is the Mexican hat dance.
ice dancers don't have the great big lifts and the tricks, the jumps. What adds difficulty to a dance routine is when the dancers skate very close together. Remember that skating face-to-face in a closed position is much more difficult than hand-in-hand and skating far apart. This program is really based on intricate footwork, deep edges. Judges watch the patterns very closely. The pattern that the skater makes on the ice, they want to see it change direction, or in straight lines and in curves. That's the face-to-face that I was talking about. Good series of footwork there. They made a coaching change. They started working with Natalia Dubova in the fall. It's costly in the short term, but probably a good move for them in the long run.
Got the crowd into it.
Got a lot of steps in this program. They're really challenging themselves. Much harder to do a whole bunch of fast steps than long, slow ones. Well done.
Lafave and Michel Brunei of Canada. Unlikely that they will come anywhere close to the 15th position they had a year ago in Edmonton, but we may be seeing them in Nagano next year. This was something for them to prove tonight.
As I said, Rod, they had a lot of quick steps in this program. Because of that, sometimes their unison was a little bit off, because it's easier to match your unison if you have a lot of time to do it. But I think it was really the right move. I think the only way they are going to move up in the standings is if they really work it out there and they really challenge themselves.
And doing the Mexican hat dance with them, the great Russian Natalia Dubova. She brought together Grishuk and Platov, Krylova and Ponomarenko, the greats. And of course, Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kraatz, who will skate last tonight.
Yeah, he's great.
19-year-old Chantal, 26-year-old Michel. I talked to him about an hour before they were to go on, and he said to me, you know something? We're going for it tonight.
Hey guys, we tried our best.
Marks for Chantal Lafave and Michel Brunei, Canada.
Here are the marks.
First mark, 4-4.
As their unison improves, as they get more comfortable with one another, these marks will go up. They've been together. This is only their second year now. So a lot of their problems are things that will correct themselves with time.
4-5, 4-8.
Presentation marks. The second-ranked dance team in Canada.
4-5, 4-7, 4-6. Thank you.
No, these are not your new commentators. These are two interested Canadians watching the ice dance here at the Mali Sports Center. Elvis, Stojko, and Jeff Langdon, Canada, very proud of you two guys. How do you spend a day like this? And I know you got up early and Rod made you do Canada AM. Tell me what the rest of the day.
Well, I think Jeff and I just wanted to relax a little bit and watch the ladies skates and cheer on Susan and the rest of the gang and grab something to eat, do some interviews, and rest a little bit.
Let me ask you, Jeff, this is all new for you. First Worlds, has it all sunk in?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it's supposed to feel like when it's over, but it feels pretty good right now, you know, and just kind of here to pass it on to our dancers tonight.
Let me ask you, has your mom settled down yet? She's been up in the stands taking notes, keeping score.
I think she's okay. She is just really calm. I haven't got to see them a whole bunch, you know, just a little hug here and there, but that's about it. So.
All right, let's talk about your mom. You have quite a connection with your mom, and she was very much a part. Look at this last night.
My mom has always been by my side, and she's always been my support. Both my parents, but my mom is really close to me.
So there we go, a little Mother's Day present for just a little bit early. Now, you guys are very proud, not only with your performances, but the fact that because of the way you finished, you've opened up an extra spot, a third spot for a Canadian at the Olympics. You're very happy about that, aren't you?
I think so. It gets another spot for another Canadian guy to go to the Olympic Games, and it's super. It gives more opportunity, and that's great.
Who would you dedicate your performances to from last night?
Oh, geez. That's
I know you've said you're your own best friend, but who would you say? Is it for you? Was it for you?
It was for me, but my mom and dad and my coaches, but I think it was my mom and dad. We've gone through so much in the last year, try to get things to work, and they've always been by my side. I dedicate that to them.
Jeff, same question for you.
I think mostly from myself here this year, and my parents as well, you know, for the support over the years and the ups and the downs, and finally to get here and be able to do these kind of performances, you know, I'm thrilled.
Now you know you're here to Shay and Victor, so I'll let you get your seats so you can get your voices back and cheer, cheer, cheer.
Sounds good.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
And looking on, Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kraatz still to come from Lausanne. Fourth place team in the world last year. They have been chasing Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kraatz the last couple of years, but now they're fighting it out with their fellow countrymen from France. This is Marina Anissina and Gwendal Peizerat.
The more I see this program, the more I like it, and that is because the choreography is very intricate, very precise. One of the biggest challenges for an ice dancer is finding the right piece of music. That can make or break your whole year. I liked the way this program started, but this piece of music is very poorly recorded. It doesn't come across well. And I think it just brings down the free dance. this series of lifts coming up. They invented this move. They're looking a little tight at the end here. Their toe picks are digging in a little bit. The ice.
They were fifth after the original dance in compulsories, Marina Anissina and Gwendal Peizerat. Remember last year in Edmonton, they were fourth. They just missed the podium. Third place was taken by Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kraatz. Don't forget, Shay and Victor will skate last, getting ready for their free dance in Switzerland. Marks in a moment for Anissina and Peizerat. Hybrid mixture of Russia and France. Marina is from Russia and Gwendal from France, but they have teamed together. They are a very good dance team.
And like the Russian dancer, she's very dramatic. One of the ways to separate yourself from the pack in ice dance is to create unique moves. This is something they created last year. They did the lift once in their program. This year they're doing it twice. The audience looks for it. I really like this team. I think they do very ambitious programs. That's going to continue to move them ahead as performers. They got a little tight at the end. You could see their toe picks digging in. That means they're not entirely comfortable and that they're fighting the edge a little bit. But they really worked out there. Good job.
Marina used to skate with Ilya Averbu. They won a World Junior title for Russia. Then she came and skated with Gwendal and Averbu and Lobacheva, the team from Russia, currently in third position. Anissina and Peizerat will lead.
Well, they're not going to be happy with those marks, though, because they do have 4 second-place ordinals. And whereas last year they were challenging to get on the podium, now they're fighting to hold on to 5th.
And the team, the French team that is now challenging for a medal is this team. Sophie Mongnot and Pascal Lavanchet.
Listen to the audience. They're very popular in Europe. They're extremely nice people, and that comes across in their expression. They really connect with the audience. Watch the way she uses her eyes to look right into the audience. Very genuine. Program is a lot of side-by-side and hand-to-hand skating. You see it right there. See how they're far apart and just holding by a hand? That makes it much easier. The closer you are together, the more difficult it is.
the French flags are out in full force. They love these guys.
They are charming, and that was a delightful routine.
Sophie Mongnat, Pascal Lavanchet, ranked as high as number 2 in 1994. They had 4 thirds in the original dance. What will the judges think about this free dance? They have a shot at a medal for sure. We'll find out. Let's join Rob Falls now. Everybody was jumping, clapping, having fun watching these two.
It was a great performance, but what I did not like were all of the separations. There was a number of times they were hand-to-hand, as you can see here, or when they went to execute their difficult footwork, they separated it and did it side by side. And it's a lot easier that way. They sure got the feeling and the expression of the dance across to the audience, though, Rod.
What if there is separation now between them and Anissina and Peizerat the other way? How do you rank this? The other French team or this French team?
Well, I think definitely the judges are going to put this team ahead just by the marks that Anissina and Peizerat got. I also liked the mood of this dance, the spirit of the dance, so I would have this ahead based on that.
Don't the European audiences love ice dance? This place is packed.
We used to be so shocked when we'd come and compete in Europe because the dance was always sold out first, but I'm sure Corval Dean had a lot to do with that.
Technical merit.
Great mark.
5.6s are the low marks.
5.7.
These are very high. They need to get 3 couples ahead of that.
5.8. 5.7.
This is going to be a battle for a bronze medal.
5.8.
And the presentation marks are first place across the board. Mongnat and Lavanchet are the leaders. Anissina and Peizerat are second, with 3 teams to come.
Angelica Krylova, Ovsyannikov, Lafave.
The second-ranked team in the world. At one time, they were probably looking out for number 1, Tracy Wilson, but they're probably more concerned right now about number 3, and that's Shaylin and Victor. Here are Angelika Krylova, Oleg Ovsyannikov of Russia.
This is the Masquerade Waltz. And this dance is a tragic love story where he poisons her for being unfaithful, only to find out to his horror that she was faithful after all. And they will tell that story through their movements in this dance. They've got the audience involved, and right off the top, their speed and power is phenomenal.
Stojko, Krylova, Ovsyannikov. They finished second at the Champion Series behind the Canadian champions. They might be shooting for gold.
This is what I love about the way when the judges have moved Shaylin and Victor over top. The dancers sense that their position is not safe, and it brings out the best in each skater and each couple.
They were second in Edmonton a year ago. Where will they be this year? This place is so loud. Only 4,500 people, but you'd never know it. Up next, the defending world champions, Grishuk and Platov, and then following them, Bourne and Kraatz at the 97 Worlds. I have a question for you. So many different styles, so many variations, different steps, everything. How do you separate them if you're a judge?
Well, the judge has to stay cool emotionally, or try to, and there are so many technical things for a judge to look for, like skating close together, like a clean running edge. But it was very hard not to be emotional with his program, the way they sold it, and the storyline. Here he's realizing to his horror that he's made a mistake, and they act it beautifully.
Now you're hearing some whistles, and I think those are from the French fans, because there are a lot of them here, but these marks are great marks for technical merit, and the second set of marks will come up,
and these are better. I don't think these are going to win it for them, but it was just a great performance.
Krylova, Ovsyannikov are first. There isn't much room for two teams, however, and we have two teams left, including the defending world champions, Oksana Grishuk, Evgeny Platov, seeking a fourth straight world dance title.
This program earned them 6 sixes at the European Championships. This is the first time she's worn this costume. She changed. She had a red one at European. These two are extremely fast. And there's no jostling for position. They've been together for so long, they know exactly where one another is. My one criticism of this free dance is that they skate very, very fast, and then they pose. And I feel very strongly that in ice dancing, one should dance and not just pose. Looked like another mistake there. A little sloppy. And off time with the music.
That is a rarity for this team. They have not lost since they beat Torvill and Dean at the Lillehammer Olympics.
I don't know that they'll lose here either. I don't know if the judges have the courage to do it. But that was not a clean performance. Was very, very powerful, very effective choreography. But in my mind, that was an excellent showpiece, not a competitive number.
And up next, the last dance in Lausanne will go to Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kraatz. Is there a place on the podium reserved for them? And if so, what perch will it be? We'll come back to the World Figure Skating Championships after this.
On in their program where she caught the blade of her skate on her skirt. Here, if you take a close look, as she's being swung, the heel of her blade gets caught. It really didn't detract from the performance. I thought they recovered nicely, but he looked a little bit tight to me.
He, of course, has had knee problems this last year. They've hardly competed, only at the European Championships. They missed all of the Champion Series. Has that affected them, do you think?
Oh, it has to affect you. You're not in show shape. It doesn't matter how much you train. If you don't get out and compete, it's very, very difficult.
And the story for Canada, the final skaters on the ice looking very loose. Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kraatz.
Elvis is sitting by us, sitting right beside us, and Victor skated over and started chatting with him. He's very loose. Oh, he's going to show him his quadruple sow cow.
That'd be a first, a quad in dance. But there they are, Oksana Grishuk, Evgeny Platov.
There is no question that they are fantastic skaters.
5.6 from the United States judge. There are 2 second-place ordinals and 2 6.0s in presentation. Grishuk and Platov lead, but it was not unanimous.
And I have to say I agree with the judges that marked them down.
Thank you. Sur la glace, on the ice, Shaylin Bourne, Victor Kraatz, Canada.
And the Canadian flags are out. The 5-time national champions of Canada, bronze medalists last year, Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kraatz.
And I think this is perhaps the best program they've ever had, and I think it will become their signature piece. They look very on tonight. Watching this piece, how they really use their edges. A lot of curves on the ice. And they're so smooth, and that's because they have deep, deep knee bends. They use their knees like shock absorbers. Great running edge.
Bourne and Victor Kraatz. Victor's mother.
Well, she's dancing too, just like everybody else in the audience. That was a terrific skate. What a competition.
And where will they finish? That question will be answered in a moment. Back in Lausanne, Switzerland. 11 years ago, Victor Kraatz came up to you, Tracy Wilson, and asked you what?
Well, that was in Geneva, and he asked me, hey, I'm going to Canada, where should I skate?
And then he found Shaylin, and the rest is history.
And here's a look at the improvement that they've made this year. They've added a lot of footwork into their program, performed it very well, and there's a look at the deep knee bend.
And their signature.
I liken this to a backflip. It's very difficult to learn, but once you get it, it's pretty easy. The tough part was creating this. That was done by Ushi Kessler, Elvis Stojko's choreographer, and these two were the first to perform it, and you see all crying. Oh, here comes the horse.
Here they come. 5.7, 5.9, 5.8. We will have to find out from the second set of marks.
It is extremely close.
5.8, 5.8, 5.8, 5.7.
The crowd
5.8, 5.8,
does not like
5.9,
the announcement. Presentation
5.9,
marks 5.8, 5.9, 5.7. Bourne and Kraatz have won first place ordinal from the Canadian judge, third place ordinal, second. Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kraatz for the second year in a row will win the bronze medal. And the gold for a second straight year. Grishuk and Platov of Russia. Krylova, Ovsyannikov, their second silver medal in a row. Bourne and Kraatz, third. The rest of the dance final results. The French teams 4 and 5. Chantal Lafave, Michel Brunei 20th.